Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another reaction. Today we have The Hero's Scars by ta ne maki. I looked into who this was to see if they were a VTuber or something, and their description just said, I sing sometimes, basically. So that's all I've got to go is just, okay, it's somebody who's making music and probably doing a lot of covers. I did see some familiar thumbnails in that scroll, so didn't listen to any of them. I have no idea what they're going to sound like, but this is apparently an original song. And Baruchi and the members producer queue wanted me to get to this one, so as per the laws of the land, here we go.
君はこの町を魔女から救った英雄を知っているかい？額に傷を負い姿を消したあの英雄のことを。
An original song with this level of production, huh? Great flow, great phrasing. I'm excited now. Beautiful flute too. Cool. That tension in the strings. Jesus, when I saw the subscriber count, I did not expect this level of production. Hell yeah. Little bit sloppy in that choir vocal there, but we can ignore that.
力を失ったよね。その英雄の師匠の魔法の光を一緒に魔女から取り返しに行ってほしいんだ。
It's nice to tell the story there in the middle of the song. Use of panning. Got to appreciate that. I'll always love it when people think of that. Oh, love that harmony there too. Keeping it tight. Okay, so the choir itself is actually tight there. It's just the overlapping of her coming back in is a little bit... It kind of like distracts from it. It kind of depends on the specific syllable that she comes in on. That her voice too? That's got to be other people. Sounded like different people. Had some friends help her out. I think I hear her voice in there though, which would make sense. Oh wow, we got another chunk in here yet. I thought that was gonna be like the big finish. We might be doing a fizzle out sort of approach. Or we got another... Oh, we got one more? Maybe? Oh. There it is. I felt that coming back in. Great emotional breadth in this song. Really allowing it to like scale itself up and down as needed. Okay, I really did not expect that. There was more than one voice there in the credits too, so definitely other people. Man, again, when I see videos that are requested by small creators, I'm not expecting a whole bunch because you never know, right? But there's always somebody out there who puts everything they have into an original song. It's how it should be, honestly. All right, so I checked the description because I wanted to know the full story of the credits here and who was involved and what, and like who had their hands in what pots. Apparently, the only vocalist here was the person who uploaded, and the voices I saw at the very end there were actually like actors or people who were playing the characters in the story parts of it, and that totally makes sense, but that also makes me impressed if that was all just her voice, unless they also lent their skill to that as well, just to add to some of that excess in the choir sections, or maybe it was the producers of the songs, something like that. There's a few people who are in here. Basically, every step along the production had a different person at the helm, so that totally tracks as well. It's just surprising. Again, I don't know how big this person may be in a different part of the internet, but at least on YouTube, their presence is not large, so when I heard this and the scale of it and how many people were involved, I was very impressed, because usually that doesn't happen for people who are this new to the game, at least comparatively by numbers. So it's like, what the hell, you know? But it's very possible that they're much bigger in Japan, for example, than they are here, so it's really hard to make sense of that. I don't know what their other socials may be or how big they may be there. Either way, very impressed. There were some production things that I was like, like her voice wasn't mixed well in some parts to the music. It felt like she was sitting too far on top of it, kind of like when you do a cover of anything and you like listen to an instrumental online. It doesn't feel like her voice was like nestled into the mix very well in some spots, but other than that, I was very impressed by the majority of it. The only other issue being some of the phrasings and certain syllables that were clashing when things would talk over each other. That happens a lot if you're not too careful, especially in Asian languages. Japanese very specifically has a lot of issues there. Like if you're not super careful, it'll sound a little bit too weird having too many syllables pattering on top of each other. So you have to be very, very careful with that. Otherwise it will sound a little bit messy, but by no means did even those little moments in there take away from the entirety of the project and the scale of it. The beautiful orchestration, very, very gorgeous song here. Great instrumental, great vocals. She is a great vocalist. I love her voice, honestly. And then the illustrations and like telling the story via basically like manga format almost here was really cool, and having those moments to break away and do just voice acting instead of having it be part of the song specifically. And it's just the tale of a hero, you know? You're learning the story as you go. I'm not fluent in Japanese. I could pick out some very specific moments in the story. I couldn't tell you what the entire thing was. I tried watching it again with subtitles. They are not good, so I could not tell you. They did not like manually do any subtitles for this. It's definitely just random translation, so a lot of the singing stuff, the overlapping, affects that and makes it worse and pretty much nonsense. But from what I could pick out of the story, and without having like an official translation to English, I think it was fun. I love a good hero story. Everybody does. And I think that this was a really fun one. I liked the approach it had. The production was just really, really high tier, and I did not anticipate it being that good. But it does make me wonder if they're bigger on a different platform and their YouTube is kind of just a secondary thing that doesn't have as many followers because of the whole, you know, algorithmic separation of everything on the internet internet, who knows, right? But this is a surprising amount of effort if there isn't a bigger name behind this or something like that. This is really, really good, very high quality, and I'm extremely impressed by everything in here. But I think I'll call it there, so thank you all so very much for watching. Thank you, Ruchi, for putting this into the queue so I could get to it. If any of you have something you want me to get to, by all means, leave in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if, like Ruchi did, you want to guarantee that I listen to something, you can always go to my Patreon or my YouTube memberships. There's a tier that will force me to listen to whatever you want. It doesn't matter who it's by, what it's from, none of that. Good, bad, doesn't matter. That's why it's a guarantee. But if you don't want to do any of that, maybe you just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!